Hello there, Virgo. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading is going to be for Virgo for August of 2021. For everybody that's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We will use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month, and we'll pull angel card at the end of the reading, hopefully to bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a weird speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Guess that makes all you Virgos named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You'll get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think these cards are going to go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month like an overall theme for the month. Now, we have good words. They're intention, risk. I actually don't see any. Oh, I do see one risk card here. Release, delight, and contentment. Nice cards. And when you see our card here on the bottom of the deck, you're going to be happy there, Virgo. We have the Wheel of Fortune card here. Excellent. This means that we put something, we started something and put it into motion, and now it is unstoppable. So we're going on for the ride. No matter what we want to do, we're already going on for the ride. We've done something. We could have made travel reservations and we're going on a trip, or we could have ended a relationship, opt out of friendship, or some other type of thing like that. But destiny is set in motion when you get this card. So there's very little more to do other than get on and go with the flow type energy. There may be unexpected things that happen while, while we're doing this, since we've set this in motion. Like perhaps we go on a trip and we meet people on the journey that offer us a job, things like that. Maybe a new opportunity comes up, but we're there. We're going to be right in it. It's all part and parcel of the grand plan that's for our life. This is like the precursor to having really, really good fortune in our life. And that, I don't know who wouldn't want good fortune in their life. We Virgos, need it just as much as anybody else needs it. Maybe we even need it a little more. Things have been rough always around for everyone, I think, with all the illness and things like that going on. But I think we're going to make it through and go through it well. And actually, I think we're showing up here in our own reading. Next card here is the 3 of Pentacles. And this indicates someone who has already developed some kind of a profession or a trade. There's usually 2 other people on this card. This deck doesn't show that are conferring with this person, like asking for their advice, asking something about a future action that they are planning on taking, such as getting help from the person on the card for a new business venture. So we are acquiring marketable skills, preparing ourselves for action in the real world. Sometimes it could be that we just recently graduated or went back to school to upgrade a skill somehow to make ourselves more valuable. But we're enterprising, we're interested in some type of a particular area of commerce or a specific type of trade or business. It's like a singular thing we're keeping focused on. And we can anticipate a rise in our prestige and in our earnings when we get this card. That's an excellent, I think, excellent energy for us to be having for this month. Really excellent energy for us to be having. Everybody wants to have more money or you know, not necessarily do we all want prestige, but more money makes life a lot easier. Let's put it that way. They say you can't buy happiness, but the money can put you in a place where you're free to be happy whenever you want, right, Virgo? It sounds like a good energy for us. This card is a good card too. We got the Six of Swords energy here. This card always makes me think those six swords in front of this lady she's moving from troubled waters into onto calmer shores, but the six swords remind me of lessons that she has learned. So it means we're moving away from all of our past troubles and putting them behind us. It's a beginning of a new phase after a time of upheaval. That's the rough water on the one side of the little boat. We have stabilized a situation in our lives, and we're feeling a new phase of life coming into being. So this card represents the calm after the storm, a period of really smooth sailing in our lives with relatively few problems. So it's a good time. It's a time of integration, of reintegration, lack of tension, new friends, new relationships come into our life. After intense suffering, you're kind of like back in the harness with ourselves and feeling fine about ourselves and feeling all put together again. So it's a good thing. It can also mean a trip or a journey coming for some of us over water. Maybe the destination is unknown or the effects may be uncertain, but luck is on our side, and things will, any changes that we make are going to go smoothly. And that's basically, if we think about it, what that Wheel of Fortune energy is actually telling us also. So we're getting that same thing like twice in a row, like to back it up, a little bit of backup for that. And this next card here is us really showing up in our own reading. And that Six of Swords energy is telling me release whatever is holding me back in the past. Now we're in our own reading with this King of Pentacles energy, very mature earth energy. If it's someone outside of myself, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy, male or female, because these are just general readings. So this is a very mature person who's not just wealthy, but they're very courageous too. They can stand up on their own feet. They're, the nature of it is a solid citizen, reputable, really kind to others. It symbolizes worldly power in a positive way. This person's very experienced in handling money, so their stability is a major factor. It makes them one person that can provide us with really reliable counsel about money matters, about finances, because Pentacle energy is earth plane, money, material goods, things like that. And it's the person's a dispenser of patronage. If it represents an actual person, that I think the way it reads is they're very well disposed towards us, like a corporate head, maybe the head of our corporation, could be a banker that we were asking to get a loan from. If it's not a person, it means that we actually are engaged in some kind of a worldly enterprise that will meet with success. And that's excellent energy for us to have all around us. You know, we don't want to hold on to things that are holding us back or holding us down in any way anymore. We want to move on or move forward. but that word risk is in there. And then I thought, this is the risk card. This is the card I think that's bringing us this risk. And it's a Seven of Swords energy. And this is normally called the card of the thief. When this comes, it shows that we should be using caution in all of our dealings. There's a suggestion of doing things in a roundabout manner. We Virgos are pretty straightforward. We don't actually like to do things like that. But nothing right now is quite like it seems to be. And we have to use our wit to achieve our aims. So it's like, I'll explain in a minute. To me, it's like going in the back door so I can always enter the front door. So with this card comes this warning, and the warning is to avoid overconfidence at all costs. You could be right on top of the pack right now, but it's real easy to, how does that read? Lack of proper prudence will still or could still do you in. So you have an upper hand over some type of a tricky situation, but you still need to exercise caution. So that's what the card's telling you. Exercise caution in the handling of all of your affairs. It's a time when we can begin new attempts to overcome previous problems or things that held us back, but we can't just rush right into it. That's where the risk is. So we need discretion, discrimination are required, diplomacy, evasive action like sidestep the trouble, Virgo. And that's not the way we normally are. We might not like it being like this, but that's how we're more likely this month to achieve success. Also with this card, you can just get plain good advice. One of you guys wrote me one time and said, the premise of this card is actually that this guy stole these 5 swords in broad daylight in front of the whole village. So the premise of it is he's the elephant in the middle of the living room. Everybody saw it, but nobody's talking. She said maybe those 2 swords left behind and the 5 he took her, those are the good ideas he had, and the 2 he left behind weren't really, really valuable. So I think about this card in that manner. Maybe some of us have good ideas. We're throwing out the ones that could stop us or risk our forward development. And the other thing the card tells me is duct tape your mouth, Virgo, because if I had a really good idea, let's say I have a good idea at work for some kind of a new project, something like that. And I'm telling one of my coworkers, I just got this really good idea about this new project, and they say, what is it, Virgo? And I spill my guts, right? I wouldn't want to spill my guts this month, because the next day I go into work and I find out the boss is celebrating my coworker and what a wonderful new project they just developed, and we're all going to work on it, and it was mine. Sometimes with that card, it tells you to keep your ideas, like intellectual property, close to your chest, or keep them close to you, and don't tell them to everyone. Make sure that whoever I'm speaking to is going to be the right person, and if they aren't, just move on. Do not open my mouth. Go directly to the boss with my ideas on paper, and if it's not right, it's not right. What is our angel card? Time to go. Well, I guess we are. We're going somewhere with this little 6 of Swords energy, or moving past something that was stopping us. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues of your life. See beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we're with you through each phase and cycle. That's a good card to go with this. I'd want to watch that Seven of Rods or Seven of Swords energy, though. Watching who I'm speaking to about what I'm going to do. It says the angels bring you this card to help you admit to yourself it's time to leave. You already know the situation they're referring to. So it might be that Three of Pentacles. Maybe we're a work project or a work thing we're walking away from. You've hesitated leaving because of loyalties and fears, yet the angels assure you that it's the best way. Work very closely with your angels during this transition to ensure its harmony for everyone concerned. Surrender any guilt or other negative emotions to heaven as your energy needs to stay high right now. Completion and the end of a cycle are at hand. The Wheel of Fortune is a number 10. So that's a new, fresh beginning. Again, the purpose has been served in this relationship or situation. Surrender it, release, and call upon Archangel Azrael for help with grieving and Archangel Michael for help with courage. That's a good card to go with this reading. If I'm trying to make a right decision for me this month, it's an appropriate time to do it. Well, Virgo, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, your shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or just neb about me, or if you'd like to set an appointment, all the information is down below the screen in the About section under the video and over at the website. And over at the website, 2 short videos. One explains a prayer class, the other the sutra classes I put out there for you. Prayer class explains how to format prayers, why you do them the way you do. Sutras are simple thought forms you put in a meditation. It takes 5 minutes a day, and it enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. But the videos that explain that are at the website. So to everybody I've met through 5 whole years of YouTubes now, and all of you I've met through 33 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully I will see you back here next month. Bye-bye.